What's up everyone? Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be taking you through a step-by-step tutorial of how to use MyFitnessPal. I just want to preface this by saying if you are someone who is new to tracking your food, I highly recommend that you make sure that you have a healthy relationship with your food, a solid understanding of the importance of food and nutrition, as well as you've already generated these sustainable healthy habits before you deep dive into a bit more of an advanced version of tracking. Let's get started. So first, I want you to download the app. If you're not someone who likes using your phone for something like this, the app is great for on the go, but you can also access it on your computer as well. So make sure you download the app, create your account, and let's get started. Once you come inside the app itself, you are going to see the dashboard, and this is going to give you a good summary of what you've already had, what your goals are for the day. You can see how many steps you've taken, what types of exercise you've already done. It's just an overall picture of what you're doing day to day. We're actually going to be starting in the More section. So on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, I want you to click More. Here, you're going to be able to add your goals, build your profile, add your friends, join a community. You're not going to spend a ton of time in this section, but it is great just to get yourself acquainted with the app. You can go into your profile, add in your weight, your height, your goals from there. A feature for intermittent fasting. This is for the premium version. That is not necessary for using the app, although it does have some great features to it. You can find recipes on here. You can add your workouts. But where we really want to start with is the goals section. In here, you can either add your weight, or if you have it integrated with one of your other fitness tools, whether it's your app for your weight scale or your phone's health app itself, it'll just automatically add in the weight for you. You can put so make sure that your current weight is accurate, your goal weight, what your weekly goal is, whether that's to lose weight, to gain weight. Maybe you just want to stay the same. You can add your activity level as well. Then as we scroll down, you can choose your macronutrients. That would be your carbs, your proteins, your fats. Make sure that they are all accurate, as well as your calories. Now, I will say MyFitnessPal tends to underestimate how many calories you should be having. I find the numbers a little bit low, so I highly recommend that you cross-reference with other calculators that are online or work with a coach to make sure that these numbers are accurate for your goal. Then we can scroll down a little bit further and you will see additional nutrients goals. So when you click that, this is where you can add in goals for your micronutrients. This is where I kind of said previously, make sure you have a really good understanding of nutrients and their importance to make sure that you're actually getting enough of your macros. And at the bottom, one feature that you're going to want to pay attention to is your exercise calorie. In the free version of the app, you cannot turn off this feature. However, there are workarounds. What the app is doing is that it is adjusting your current calorie goal to increase based off of your exercise for that day. This is okay if you have found a calculator online, made sure that the calorie amount was good for your non-activity days. Then on days when you do exercise, it will adjust, increase the calories for that amount of exercise that you've burned. However, depending on the amount of calories that you actually have burned, if that's not accurate, then of course the adjustment is not going to be accurate either. I highly recommend you just find a calculator or coach where you already have included your baseline calories, your day-to-day calories, and your movement calories all added in, and then you don't have to worry about that. There is on the menu, you can see your progress, you can see weekly report. I believe that one is a premium feature as well. And then you can see your nutrition. You can go in and see what you've already had for the day, what your goals are, what you have left to reach. If you're newer to tracking, you're probably not going to be super accurate, but if you have that really strong understanding of your macro and micronutrients, you're going to be able to see, hey, I'm low on protein, and you're going to know how to or what to add into future meals to adjust that. Scroll down a little bit more, you can see recipes that you've added, meals that you tend to have regularly as long as you add them into the app. You can even set yourself reminders. So if you're someone who doesn't remember to weigh yourself weekly, if that's something you want to do, you don't remember to eat, you don't remember to track your food, you can set reminders here. Just make sure that your notifications are actually on your phone to set so that you actually get the push notifications. Then we have apps and devices. I have a lot of my different fitness tool apps all connected to my Apple Health app. And so all of the information from those apps goes to my health app. So I have it set up so that my health app then sends information to MyFitnessPal. So whether you are a runner, you're using Strava, biking, yoga with the health app, you do have to change those settings in the health app itself to be able to write over. The nice thing is though, when I do track my food in MyFitnessPal, all of the macro and micronutrients are then pushed towards my health app on my iPhone. Everything is in one place. Next, we have the steps tool. So this is really good when, what I was saying before, if you don't want the app to adjust for your calories or your movement in that day, go ahead and click don't track steps. We have the community tab. This is a really great tool if you have questions for other people, you want to find like-minded individuals, as there's sections for weight loss, food and nutrition, recipes, sleep, so on. You have your friends list. So this is a tool I actually use with a lot of my clients. I get them to set up their profile, add me as a friend, and then that way I can help monitor their progress. Feel free to add friends, family, use it to challenge yourselves, keep yourselves accountable. There's also the newsfeed section. So again, you can kind of just see a summary of what all of your friends and family are doing. You can send messages to each other, you can see your settings in here, and so on and so forth. The meat and potatoes of the app though is going to be your diary. Here, this is a good summary of everything that you have eaten or haven't eaten throughout the day. You can see all of your different meals. You can actually, in your settings, adjust what these meals are titled as. So whether you want to label them as breakfast, lunch, dinner, I have them set for meal 1, meal 2, meal 3, and so on. This was really helpful for when I did work long days and I actually would have 2 small lunches a day. You can scroll down to the bottom. I also have listed a place for all of my snacks, and you can see exercise adjustments here, and you can also track your water. One feature I do want to show you, again, if you look where it says calories remaining and you click that white box, it brings you back to the nutrition menu that I showed you earlier, where you can see your protein, your other macronutrients, your micronutrients, your how much you've had for the day, what your goals are, and what you have left for each. So that's just another way to go and find that feature that's a little bit easier than going into the more section. When you want to go and add a food, you can just click this blue add food, click search for food, and whatever you have eaten for that meal, search it. You can either hit this plus button if it's just a quick add, or you can go in here and change to, let's say I had 5 eggs this morning. Okay, and then you're just going to click the check mark at the top and you can see that it has been added here and everything adjusts accordingly. If you want to delete it or swipe right to left. Other features that you're going to want to see, you can scan your meal, you can scan a barcode. So maybe you have a packaged food, a granola bar, the milk that you're adding to your smoothie, you can just click scan food. If it says that that food is not there, you can search very specific nutrients. If we're going with the theme of milk, you can look up silk. So you can see underneath 25 calories, 1 cup of silk, unsweetened cashew milk, let's say, just the first one that pops up. That's another way to add it. There is also this quick add. So if you know the very simple macronutrients of your meals and you want to add the macronutrients, it is a premium feature. That option is there for you. One thing that a lot of my clients don't realize is if you go to this My Food section right at the end, click create a food. And this is a really good option for a food that you don't actually see in the app. There's been no other previous people who have added it. Barcode is not scanning. Maybe it's a local food. You can actually include the brand, the description, the serving size, being careful that whatever is on the nutrient list, that the serving size matches. Annie's mac and cheese, whatever the serving size is, include that, and then you can always add it and always be able to find it the next time you go to eat that food. We can also add or create meals. If you're someone who has the same breakfast all the time, maybe you're having an English muffin, eggs, avocado, as long as those ingredients are the same amount, you can just click create meal, add a photo, add whatever items, and then that way every time that you go to have breakfast, you can just really quickly add your meal there. And then there's also recipes. So I really like this for some of my bigger recipes that I have all the time. I've made chili, so I wrote down the amount of all the ingredients that I've had, and then I divided my chili up into 10 different servings. If I decided to have, let's say, like 1.5 of my pre-made bowls, I can adjust that here and it will adjust the calories for me. That's really great as long as your recipes are always going to be the exact same amount of each ingredient. If you're adjusting it, just either adjust the recipe itself or create a new one. You can see I've made one chili version here. This one I used purple sweet potato, so of course I had to adjust the recipe. You can also find other recipes that people have added, or if you even have, I believe, a website that or maybe a blog that has a recipe that you really like, you can just take the URL of that website, add it in, and it will decipher it for you. So there you have it, a complete tutorial on how to use MyFitnessPal, from tracking your foods, your nutrition, adding your wearable devices, adding your friends. You are completely equipped to be able to track your food to reach your fitness goals. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and look out for the next video where I'm going to be talking about common mistakes that I see people making when they are tracking their food. Watch that video so you make sure you don't make the same mistakes.